So what's in the conversation about the reunion, the part two, without discussing Caroline? Because Caroline brought the most drama, she brought the most conversation, but she did it at the detriment of her reputation. And one of this reputation is her credibility. Let's get straight into it. So for this episode, there is the Caroline and Dabota drama, Caroline and Laura drama. So I think we should start with Caroline and Laura. So I was so surprised to see that there is a Caroline and Laura back and forth, knowing that these two have been cordial with one another and respectful, in as much as they might have different view to on some certain things on the show. They've not outrightly they've been respectful, especially Laura. Laura took her time to just stay on her lane and never want to disrespect Caroline. And even a lot of people or viewers who had seen the show were like, oh, Caroline is playing so safe. Only for them to come to the reunion and Caroline had a lot to say about Laura. It's so crazy. But one thing for me, I think we never know who must have said this or that. But one thing that is consistent is that Caroline is also a cast on the show that her credibility is also questionable. Even when you go back to the text she sent to Laura, and there's a part where she said she spoke with Dabota, and Laura said she got that message a week before. Considering the fact that you and Dabota had so much issue, I just feel like Caroline is just that cast, so she's just looking for drama, and that's on period. That's just one thing I want to say for that. I find it surprising that Laura was put in that situation, though I'm not really saying probably I'm taking side. I've so far, I think Sophia, Caroline is a person who had not been consistent with a lot of things. Text was even, it does not even, it's all coherent. It's just everywhere without really stating anything. So that's that, and that's on period. Now let's move on to the Dabota drama with Caroline. I think it was a lot, like a whole lot, and I can't even deal with it. I just feel like, okay, this can just go. But one thing I find annoying is the fact that Caroline brought all of this to herself. She wanted this drama, she wanted it so much, and she's getting it, in the sense that you and Dabota had discussed, because Dabota said they had discussed and she had brought up that conversation that about how she felt about how they had literally fell out before they had to film on the show together. So I feel like if you discuss that, why do you then bring it up and start have we should with Dabota all of a sudden? You guys started love and life, so all of a sudden you're bringing up issues you guys had, which that would thought probably you guys had cleared. Another thing is that if Caroline really wanted storyline, if she really wanted drama, I don't think she was supposed to have met with Dabota and say, oh, you have this, just come onto the show and let it known that, okay, this it is, this is it, this is how I feel. And the storyline just kickstarts from there, rather than saying probably maybe you just want to, I don't know, it's just like that to me. And Mariam, I think Mariam is a cast that does annoy me, this episode or during this reunion. I know you guys might probably think maybe I'm trying to take side, but the Mariam is just so annoying. Starting off with back and forth with Laura, I was like, when she was like, oh, Laura hates me, I'm like, why use such a very why use such word? And we get to know, okay, why did she hate you? Then she go on with Laura Cons her social media, wrote the Dear Mariam post, and I'm like, why? I feel like Mariam just wanted highlights. She just wanted to go back and forth with someone on the show or during the reunion because she feels like probably to give her relevance, which I felt probably if Laura had known, Laura shouldn't have given her that much attention during the reunion. But it is what it is, and that is that for that back and forth. And another thing is, I understand that she feels bad that Laura had to go to social media and, discuss all of that. I think Laura's feeling is valid, but probably maybe if Laura, what I not like about Miriam is the way she communicated it. She could have also communicated, and she just came on strong. She is also Miriam, who claimed to had felt bad for whatsoever Laura had said. You never stated that to Laura. All you had to do is to come for your diaries. I think it's making sense, like a ticks for that something. But when it comes to the social media posts, I felt like probably they should have just discussed it and let just come on to the reunion all with that energy. I think the reunion part two, away from the long stories and genesis from Mariam, the long stories from Dabota and Carolyna on drama we do not know. I think this second part seems to be boiling. There's just so much of spice. The back and forth seems to just be a very boring one to me. And that is that I'll be discussing for the second part of the reunion. Bye.